Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed.
Yo, what's going on, Xbox and YouTube? Now, welcome back to some more RollerCoaster Tycoon World 4 update number 9. Now, I really do hope you guys enjoy this park that I created just for update number 9. As you guys can see, we already have a brand new type of roller coaster right here in the beginning of the park. Now, this is called a looping roller coaster. Now, you can find this brand new type of roller coaster under the coasters menu within the game. Now, there are 5 brand new pre-built coaster designs for the looping coaster, but I selected the largest looping coaster out of the pre-built designs. So I figured it would be a really good centerpiece to put the brand new roller coaster dead in the middle of the park. And I can tell you guys, riding this coaster is really awesome, as you guys can tell. Now, on to the next brand new thing that has been added with update number 9, being colored queue lines. So after laying out your queue lines for your rides or your roller coasters, you can now select the queue line and change the color of the railing and the footpath. So slowly we are getting a little bit more customization that we are used to within RollerCoaster Tycoon being added to RollerCoaster Tycoon World. And I can tell you guys, the queue line customization is tons of fun, especially if you are trying to make a theme orientated park. It really makes it a lot easier to be creative in the game now. We also have a brand new UGC landing page, which makes it a lot easier to find the pre-built coasters that other people in the community have made, or the UGC content in general that other people in the community have made and uploaded into the community landing page. So they have improved the way it looks and made it a lot easier to find what you are looking for. So that is a really awesome improvement to the UGC landing page. There has also been tons of general game improvements, from improvements to the current game system and usability updates to the current staff system, and performance updates centered on the tree scenery optimizations, improved load times when accessing saved parks, and more. So that is a really cool thing that we can now have a little bit better of an experience just from them improving the overall way the game works. And as always, guys, we have tons of bug fixes and improvements to the game, from graphics to peeps to performance to the staff to terrain to crashing problems and the UI not wanting to work correctly. A lot of the problems, from improved seating for standing, dive, wing, and floorless coasters, improved animations for the falling peeps, continued flat ride optimization, improved performance while using the staff patrols, continued tree performance, improved loading times when loading saved parks. We have continued improvements to the camera zoom features. We have continued improvements to basically every aspect of the game. But now on to a few things that I have noticed that are still really buggy within RollerCoaster Tycoon World. One being the pathing system can act really quirky sometimes, but for the most part I am really happy with it. But still, there are those instances where I am trying to create a path and it wants to either reconnect to itself, or we have the terrain overlaying onto the pathway, or sometimes the pathway completely going under the terrain, making it nearly impossible to delete. We also have a few bugs when it comes to the modify the pathing system tool. When you go to change your path from one path to the other, it doesn't always want to work right, and it always leaves little sections around the bends of your paths that will not change, and you have to go back and select them and re-modify that path again. Now, there's also a ton of problems with the terrain not wanting to basically move out of the way when you are making a pathing system, therefore leaving the terrain hanging over the path. Now, in some instances, this can look like an aesthetic choice of the creator of the park, but for the most part, it is the most annoying thing to have to deal with, because you constantly have to flatten the ground before you put a path over it. Otherwise, usually the terrain will end up sticking through the pathing. Now, we also have a lot of problems I've noticed still with the draw distance, and mostly the most important part about the draw distance is the fact that the peeps still look like walking stick figures, even up to a very close point. You almost have to be directly on top of the peeps for it to actually show the animation of the peeps walking or what have you. So there is definitely something going on within the draw distance in that aspect of the game. There is also a problem when using your tools within the game and trying to build a park. I have noticed when you are not using your free cam, so that means when you are trying to build the park and you have all of your tools on the bottom of the screen, it seems like the frame rate really struggles, and I believe this also has something to do with the draw distance, because once I bring the camera into free camera mode, I automatically jump up to 60 frames a second, and I can usually fly around an empty park without dropping a single frame. But if I try to do the same exact thing without free cam enabled, I get around 45 to 50 frames. So we get a 10 to 15 frame drop just by changing the camera that we are using. So that is a definite thing that we should probably have looked at. And another thing I have noticed after update number 9 is the optimization of the game is really struggling at the moment. After they did all of the tree updates and all of the flower updates, they basically updated and made every piece of scenery in the game look just a little bit better. And I think it just took a little bit of a hit on the performance of the game. But overall, guys, I am very happy with the way that RollerCoaster Tycoon World is shaping up. And like I've said in previous videos, I am very, very surprised at how quickly Envisio Creations was able to get this game off of its feet. Now, I'm not saying we are Forrest Gump yet, but at least we are walking around. But with that being said, guys, if I've opened your perspective on RollerCoaster Tycoon World and update number 9, and if you enjoyed the park I built for update number 9, please remember to like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you all on the next one. Peace.